So I think you need to fit whatever your goal is to your plan, because if you want to go with very smart clients that understand things, they don't mind you being their partner at some point, then masterminds that are high ticket like the one that you went to is definitely the place to go. If your plan is to get lots of clients that don't necessarily want to get involved, they are not technical, they have a good product, maybe they know how to manufacture, and they're looking for someone to pay either like a percentage or a base retainer, and that's it. So that would be another option, and then you have nothing to look for in a mastermind or like a conference. So it really depends.
So today we are thrilled to have join us to the podcast one of the best media buyers out there. So we have met Maor Benaim, who is today with us in Mastermind that we have been and the affiliate world. So welcome, Maor. Thank you for coming on the pod.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, today in the pod I will be just me and Maor. John it will not be with us, so yeah, we can start. As I said, we saw you like your presentation in the mastermind of Alex Fededov, and we were impressed. But when I decided to go in the affiliate world, I was seeing like all the presenters and the speakers, and I saw your name. I saw some podcasts because when I was flying to Budapest, I was thinking like, let's find out more information about the people to prepare. And I liked the one podcast that you did like in Viscap Media with the guys. Actually, we did the podcast with Tyler as well the other day. So I like your thought process around like media buying and Facebook ads and in general about business and how you improve inside business. So yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to the shit that comes out of my mouth.
Yes. And yeah, I wanted to actually ask you one thing that because this environment of like media buying and digital marketing is really fast paced. What was the moment in your career when you realized like your approach in media buying has to change or has to evolve?
Um, it's a good question. I feel like the answer would be all the time. When I see like certain media buying approaches or results are changing, then I have to change my approach. When I go to a conference, I meet new people or I get like a new tip or gain a new insight, then it's time to change the approach. And also when I'm testing something new, if it works, if it doesn't work, then I change the approach accordingly. I mean, the main shift that happened to me was when I realized that it's a serious business. It's not just like a money glitch or something like that. It's advertising is here, digital marketing is here. It's not a trend. It's not something that comes and goes. And that point in time made me realize that I need to take this as a serious business in terms of the stuff that I allowed myself to run and how I see even, myself as a brand also, long term in terms of the decisions I'm gonna make in my business. So yeah,
Yeah.
that has definitely been that.
Yes. And like because before we move forward, like I want you like to give like a small intro about what you are doing exactly because some people maybe they don't know from our
Yeah,
audience.
sure, yeah. So I've been a media buyer since, I don't know, 15, 14 years. Started with Google stuff, moved into Facebook very early stage. Now I have a few projects. I have stuff in the e-com space in which we are going to do over 9 figures this year in revenue. Then I have some arbitrage stuff. I have me as a brand, so I came up with a book that became a bestseller in October last year, and I go and I speak at these like conferences and masterminds. I'm also an affiliate, and I have a small agency that's very boutique where I handpick clients that have very big scale, and I really participate in you can call it a partnership in scaling it. And then I invested in a bunch of stuff. So 8 years ago, I opened up a chain of luxury fitness centers here in Tel Aviv. So we have the fitness centers as one company, and we have the live stream and VOD stuff. So that's another business. That's the main stuff that I currently do. Yeah.
So yeah, you have many things because you are like presenting
Yeah,
as
I'm touching the agency world, the affiliate world, and the brand world. And then I'm doing lead gen, e-com, everything. So I'm really involved in
because
lots of
you are
stuff.
presented a lot as a media buyer, but you are a businessman. So at the end of the day, with
Yeah,
all
I
these things
started
that you
off
are
as a
doing.
media buyer. Yeah, now I invest like I don't know if you know Todor from Bulgaria. He's a very close friend of mine. So I invested in Sachi, his project, which is like a gaming, metaverse gaming project. It's like a casino, but it's so I'm like an early investor in like lots of stuff that I hope that would work also.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you would consider right now, after so many years, you are in this space like from 2014, I think, right? Or longer.
Yeah, I think 2014, yeah.
Yes.
No, actually not 14. That makes it 10 years actually. Um, I would say 2009 is where I started, I think, something like that.
So when like Facebook was coming popular, right?
Facebook was something that not everyone heard of, and when you ran ads, it was called OCPM. You had the choice to, you could buy CPC, CPM, or OCPM, which is what's called now the highest volume, lowest cost. So that was it. Yeah, it was media buying looked very, very, very different back then.
Yes. What was the platform that you started with?
Google search for sure.
Google search. It was
Back then,
Google.
it used to be called AdWords, and search was everything. Like search was the biggest platform.
Yes. And like but how you got, how old are you right now? Because you look too young. Like back then, it was so many years.
Yeah, 35. I'm gonna
35.
turn 36 in January.
Okay, so I guess from your 20s, 20 years old, like what was how you got involved to the internet so long time ago? How you found out about the internet and internet
Uh,
money?
so I was looking for a job, and then there was like the biggest advertising company in Jerusalem, which is where I grew up. Now I live in Tel Aviv, and they told me, yeah, I mean, you can work here. We're gonna open up the digital marketing department. So I was like doing that for a few months, and then they fired me, which back then was like a disaster. And then I started working for a digital marketing agency in Tel Aviv. Um, and I don't think I even understood what media is. I was a media buyer, but I didn't know what media is.
Yes.
Technically, like really, literally, I didn't know. So that was very funny. So that was when I started. And the first year I went on exploring. So I went on lots of forums and Facebook groups and stuff like that. And I met some people online, and I started running some black hat stuff and some white hat stuff. And I got introduced to affiliate marketing. And then I ran some Nutra stuff, weight loss, and lots of loans back then. It was, I think, one of the biggest projects for a little while. So that was the majority of what I started off with. The agencies part was very big back then, but that was like the start of like the really high scale stuff.
Yes. And right now, like you are getting involved in many like masterminds and big events. Like, did you get big and you got introduced to like these big events, or like it was a form of networking and bringing clients these events, like these events
No, I
help you?
mean, so yeah, so I started going to affiliate world when it was very, very, very small. And back then, STM, the forum and affiliate world, they're still a part of the same company, but they were like very much more like a family. So, we used to take flights on their expense from Berlin to Ibiza and stuff like that. So used to fund everything. There were like really crazy projects back then. And then I found out about Geek Out, which my friend James Van Elswyk started, and he partnered up with Nick. So for me, I started off as just like this was like a great opportunity to meet new people and stuff. And I think James has been talking at Affiliate or speaking at Affiliate World before me, and he just told me, hey, they're looking for new speakers. Maybe you should, sign up. And back then, I think it was Eric Dick. I don't even know if you know the guy's name, but he was actually doing due diligence about every speaker. Every speaker had to really show their screen and show Google Analytics and Shopify and show that he actually does big numbers. It's not like today where every person who just it's their first year, they don't know anything, they never spend their own money, they let them go on stage. So back then, content was a big, big, big part of everything. So I always try and bring, even at the mastermind that you saw me at, I always try to bring, the most, cutting edge stuff, my most creative stuff. My idea and way that I do things is that I share everything. I don't have that thing, sometimes affiliates or media buyers in general, they don't want to share everything because they're afraid that people would steal from them, duplicate whatever they have. I don't have that. Like, I think that if you're not gonna learn it from me, you're gonna learn it from someone else. And I would rather have people come up to me at conferences and tell me, you know what, you changed my business or you helped me with this. So this has been like my way of impacting lots of people.
Yes. And you think right now someone that is either a media buyer, a small media buyer, or he has a small agency, what would be like the ideal? How you will advise him like to grow his business right now? To go to these networking events, because for us going to the mastermind and affiliate world, it helped us. It opened out the picture that we have, like what is the roof, because we were seeing like the roof is smaller. So going like in networking and finding people doing bigger things, we saw a lot of things that it helped us to in our mindset and how we think.
I think that you're breaking up a little bit.
Yes, give me one moment to see the quality.
No, the quality is fine. Can you repeat the last sentence? That was the only thing that I didn't hear.
Yes, like what you would you advise the people and are doing media buying or they have an agency to grow their business
Uh-huh.
to because us by going and networking to
So
mastermind.
so I understand the question. Yeah, yeah. You went to a conference and you understand that the ceiling is way higher than what you thought. Listen, I think it begins with understanding what you want. What are your goals? Because everyone has a different goal. Some people they want 6 clients, 5 clients, really big ones, high spenders, and that's it. Some other people want hundreds of clients. They don't mind if they're small or big, and they don't want to, manage them themselves. They have a team. They want them to manage them. So I think you need to fit whatever your goal is to your plan, because if you want to go with very smart clients that understand things, they don't mind you being their partner at some point, then masterminds that are high ticket, like the one that you went to, is definitely the place to go. If your plan is to get lots of clients that don't necessarily want to get involved, they are not technical, they have a good product, maybe they know how to manufacture, and they're looking for someone to pay either like a percentage or a base retainer, and that's it. So that would be another option, and then you have nothing to look for in a mastermind or like a conference. So
Yes.
it really depends, because if you come with a list of very specific results that you want to get for you or for your business, whether it's a new partner, more clients, more followers, regardless, and you go to a conference or mastermind with that list in mind, your brain is going to find that result, or at least try and find that result for you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I agree here. Like it's like you have to understand what you want. Like either to grow with a lot of
Yeah.
clients and doing less things.
Because every person's definition of growing is different. You know, some people grow means more client. Some people wanna just negotiate better deals. Some people wanna expand, but not expand their agency in a way where it adds more clients. They want more like affiliate type of deals. And some people are looking for SaaS or product solutions that would help them grow. Or some people, when they say grow, they are looking to gain tools in order to provide their clients with better, results, or their own campaigns, their own leads campaign, to get more leads for the agency. So it really, changes, because if you're looking, for example, for those tools, then you want knowledge, and knowledge is something that you can find at a mastermind, but it's a different conversation to have with a person, because if you're trying to build rapport with a person and build friendships and stuff like that, then it's a different conversation than understanding their business and stuff like that, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. From what you're saying, I get like you can grow uh, either like as a media buyer or as like I lost you. You mean? Okay.
You are really breaking up. I didn't hear anything.
Yes. So give me 1 minute. Yeah. So what I'm getting from what you're saying is like there are many different ways to grow. Either like you grow but putting more skin in the game, like with the clients, or like you want to grow and get as many clients. But you have to understand what you want because there are many different ways to grow. Because I have met like one media buyer doing like 100K per month. I have met with 10, 15 clients, and I have met like agency owners with 25 people and doing like the same amount of money, 100K per month on revenues. So there are many different ways like to grow and to be smart about this industry. Yeah, that's great. And
Yeah, so I mean, I think that the opportunities to scale a business are unlimited, because, for example, you could also tell yourself, okay, I have a client, I have an agency now, I have some clients, I have a very big team, let's say 10, 15, 20 people. Some of them are media buyers, some of them are like graphic or video designers and editors and stuff like that. Why not use that platform to build my own small brand, you know? That's also a way to grow an agency if you already are paying that overhead, that
yes,
you already have a team, so why not use it?
yes, yeah, yeah,
Just like an example on how creative you can be when you're talking about scaling an agency. It's not just about finding more clients all the time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's really important. And right now, like, where is the place that you invest most of your money? Is Facebook? Which platform? Like TikTok, native,
The stock market.
stock
No,
market?
I'm joking. Most of my money is there. So in terms of the money that we are spending, I would say most of it goes on Facebook, and then we have a lot going on Google, which is like demand gen, YouTube, stuff like that. And then we have a good portion of it going on natives.
Yeah. So the number one is like Facebook, right?
It's like Facebook, yeah. The only thing that we really cut would be TikTok. We don't want to work with TikTok this year right now.
Okay. And why this? Like, it's something.
I just like I don't like the way that the team acts, basically. Like, I really believe that this platform right now should be banned by media buyers. My experience with them has been very bad, and I try to spend as little or not to spend at all money this year at least. The team has been talking too much. The platform has been really highly unstable, and I don't believe in it right now. I mean, I like to work with platforms that have resources and integrity, and right now my experience is that this platform has been a little bit like high school, you know. And when I say this platform, I mean the people who work there. It's been a little bit like high school, and I'm just like very sorry to tell everyone on TikTok that might hear this that high school is over.
Yeah. So on Facebook, right now, going to Q4, like, what do you think? Like, is gonna be? Do you think the elections are coming? we have like two wars going on. What do you think is gonna be the Q4 this year? Is gonna be more unstable, more expensive?
So I actually looked at the numbers with the election stuff. I don't know when this is going up, but last week or the week before they spent like 10 million, and that's this week they spent like 4 million, because Facebook has transparency on like political ads and stuff like that. So I don't see a correlation between the political spend and what we're seeing on Facebook. People now on Facebook, there has been a poll going on with like big e-com brands. Most people see an increase of 30% in CPMs, which is crazy, and a very high percentage increase in CPC. And honestly, Facebook has been volatile and really fluctuating throughout the last few months. I really hope that in the next 2 weeks it's going to even out. Q4 has just started today, so it is very, very lots of people are dependent on Facebook. It's a very big thing, and it's very hard to run ads when one day you're getting $10 CPA and the other day you're getting 200. You can't really make any decisions that are smart.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's something that I have noticed also. Like it's really volatile the results, and I was thinking like maybe this. I have heard from a lot of people like maybe these elections are gonna affect more and be expensive, but you are saying like it's not a
Yeah,
political
no one
thing.
knows what it is.
Yes.
It's a combination. iOS 14 started it, and it's going downhill. It's a combination of the elections. It's not the war, it's the AI stuff that they're testing. They're rebuilding the whole pixel thing. And the third thing would be the fact that everyone is trying to buy media. It's getting more and more expensive every year because more people it's a bidding system at the end of the day. You have more advertisers that are spending more money, the bigger brands are spending more money. It's going to get the price up. 5, 7, 8 years ago, if I would sleep on the keyboard and that would be the ad, doesn't matter what I would write, I could just press a bunch of numbers and letters and post it, and it would work. And it would do like 80% ROI, 200% ROI, stuff like that. Now it's like extremely, extremely fucking hard.
Yeah, yeah. It's many things. Like you have to be careful, like what you're gonna improve. Like you need to improve your landing page, your funnel, the full funnel. It's not only the ads in the correlation.
Yeah,
So
as like affiliates, you see that the payouts have been very aggressive. Basically, the advertisers are giving 100% usually of the front end. But right now, if you want to run something like as a brand, you need to do the whole A to Z. You need to actually source it. You need to have a very, very, very good price. You need to do the logistics. You need to do the shipping, the customer service. That's the only way to actually make money, is to really own the full A to Z.
yes. So what you would say, like it's the toughest part of scaling campaigns, uh, while keeping the results consistent. Like if you put it in hierarchy, for example, it's like what you have seen throughout your experience.
I mean, listen, I feel like it's the two hardest things. The first one would be scaling with keeping the prices down, and the second thing would be making sure that you have the right attribution. These are like the two biggest um, problems or issues or challenges that people actually um, have to face, because when you're looking at the second thing, I know that you asked about scaling, but scaling and attribution kind of like work hand in hand, hand in hand. So the question is, when it comes to attribution and also when it comes to scaling, if you're looking at an ad, you want to see if that ad is built to actually, explode and scale, and you want to increase the budget. Sometimes it's CPC and sometimes it's CPM, because you want to see if you're overpaying on the CPC part and you're gonna scale it, it's gonna look very bad when you scale it. So you don't want to do that. And also, if you own a brand or if you're an agency that's running other people's brands, you want to look at the whole 360, like the halo effect. How is increasing the budget on, for example, Facebook, affecting your Amazon sales, or how is it affecting your Google branded search keywords and stuff like that? So you can actually get the effective CPA. So that has been definitely the biggest issue. Right now, when you're trying to scale, there is no specific one method that just works. Some people are running one campaign on lowest cost on Facebook, and some people are waiting for Facebook to uh, end the learning phase and go into cost cap or bid cap or something like that. And that helps them scale because it's kind of like a fail-proof system that doesn't spend money if the ads are bad and stuff like that. So there is no one way to do it. It really changes between the platforms, changes between the prices, changes between the time of year.
Yes.
Really, there are certain brands and products that only bid cap works for me, and certain brands and stuff that cost cap works a lot better. And it's the same on YouTube as well.
Yes. And you mentioned attribution. What like some tool like you think that is helping this issue, resolving it, or making it easier, for example?
There is nothing that resolves it. There are lots of tools that are being sold,
Yes.
and it's very nice if you don't really understand how things work. But since Amazon wouldn't connect to Facebook and they're not gonna give, the whole information, it's always gonna be limited. And also it's like every company is like different has like a different interest, Every company wants to attribute as many sales as they can. So there is nothing that actually tells you, okay, because you spent $1,000 more on Facebook, you got XYZ sales on, I
Yes.
don't know, Amazon, for example.
Yes. Yeah. So you're saying like paying, for example, for triple whale, one of the tools that many commerce owners are using, it's not like gonna solve the attribution thing because I have
Yeah, you have Hyros, you have Wicked Reports, you have Triple Whale. They give you more information for sure. Um, I still haven't seen lots of brands that are basing big decisions on it. It's nice when you wanna, present something to a client or like to your partners or something like that. It gives you a much nicer UI. I haven't seen a big correlation between all three systems in terms of like attribution. And I do not know lots of people that are that they are fully heartedly believe that this caused that, and so they're willing to increase the budget of that platform or campaign and stuff like that.
and because I have some smaller like brands that I'm working with, and we are in the phase that we are thinking like to install one of the like tracking tools that you mentioned, for example, Triple Whale, because they think it's really expensive. What could you say like when you have to install this kind of tools after what revenue threshold, for example, you should look on this?
I don't think it has to do with a revenue or threshold. I think it has to do with the amount of platforms that you're running at and how big your brand is and how big, how wide you want to go. If you're doing YouTube, Facebook, Taboola, Outbrain, news breaks, and all of them together, Google search maybe, and you actually want to see what's going on always, and you're like a data freak and stuff like that, then I would definitely do it. But if from the get-go you think that that platform is overpriced, then it means that you're not in a phase where you need to do it. And also you need to kind of like look at it and at like an ROI thing. It's not a system that's going to impact directly your campaigns. It's not going to lower your cost. It's not going to help you scale. So it's mainly a tool for reporting. Again, if you have a big, company and you want to present something to them and you always need more data and stuff like that, then this platform would definitely help you do it. But I haven't seen a company that said, okay, this and that tool made a crazy big difference in my life, or the product
Yeah.
or something like that.
Okay. And right now you are running like on Mastermind, you said like you are running 200K across multiple platforms on the ads. You are spending like 200K per day. So what's like one lesson from running like multi-million dollar campaigns that maybe more people should know, like some lesson that you could share?
First of all, right now it's actually more than 200 because Q4 has started. So, we some of the campaigns were already running Black Friday, Cyber Monday ads because they're doing well and they started to perform, even though it's very early. And we see early Christmas shopping and stuff like that. So that's a very good sign. Um, if I had to tell someone who's starting out or like in the middle of its journey and they're looking at very, very big budgets that they want to manage, I would tell them that media buying is a lot more like investing and the stock market than they actually think. It means that you need the balls, you need the patience, and you need the time. If you are willing to take risks and you know how big the risks are, the same ones that you're willing to take, you need to adjust the project and campaign to that level. You don't want to take on products or projects that are super high ticket when you know that you don't have the balls or the bankroll to actually support it. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That would be the best advice that I'm because lots of people, they have a very small bankroll. They want to start with affiliate marketing, which is one of the hardest things because you're risking your own money. So there is not, you can be a very good media buyer, but there is a lot of psychology to this business. And the only equivalent would be the stock market. When you're investing, you can know all of the numbers, you can understand everything about the company, but if you don't have control over your mind, then it's a done deal. You're gonna lose every time
Yeah.
that you basically start.
Yeah, I have noticed many times like how it's tricky this work with the psychology. There are days that you feel you are in the top of the world. There are days that you feel shitty. It's
Yeah,
it's a lot of involved
it's a roller
psychology.
coaster. It's like gambling on steroids because one day you're making 10 grand and you think about Lamborghinis and yachts and you're gonna travel the world and you have all of these dreams, and the next day your account gets banned or the campaign goes to shit and you're like back to, you know,
Yeah.
cooking in your home.
So, what is like some upcoming digital marketing trends that you excite you right now the most? How do you see the industry like evolving in the next 5 years? Where, because
Yeah, listen, currently, like the industry is down. You feel it with your clients. The prices are 20, 30% higher, and the outages, and everything, we still have issues that keep on happening and it's a nightmare. So the biggest change is automation, obviously, and AI. These are like the big buzzwords. But the industry right now is so down at the moment, and it changes so fast that you can never actually know what's going to happen in like a year. So 5 years is a long time, 10 years is like forever. So I don't think the industry is going anywhere, but in 5 years, it's definitely going to look very different. And then, if you're looking at trends outside, then it's always like categories. You have like trends that are like what's working. Then you have trends like what platforms should I go? Where is the future? But I think that kind of like way of thinking is very short term. I think that you need to look at the industry, the world. Where are things going? Is there gonna be inflation? What are the products that I have a big unfair advantage that I can actually push? And then go from there and see what fits those projects that you have in mind.
yeah, I will move with some last questions about your book. You mentioned like you wrote a book. It's called like Unleash Your Inner
Yeah.
Wolf. You have linked personal growth to your business success. How like self improvement changed the way you lead and make decisions?
Um, wow, it changed a lot. Um, I mean, it helped me, therapy and like coaching and everything that I've done helped me with really better understanding my mistakes. So I usually what I do is I take like a situation I had with like a partner or a conversation I had or like a bad relationship or any kind of relationship, and I try to understand what I could have done better that would serve, my needs.
Yes.
So that is the way that I try and really extract everything from what I can. So like, I mean, it's been a complete game changer for me, honestly, because it changed every situation and every decision making part of my life. So it's been like it taught me how to be chill, not to convince people of what I want, but listen to what they need. Lots of stuff. I mean, it just taught me how to really use my unfair advantage in recognizing patterns, and that really helped me a lot in two ways. I know who I want to be partnered with, who I want to learn from, and who I want to try and avoid, so that has been a very big part. I don't really, jump into situations. So, for example, I really understand that people like people who are like them. So I see who people really hang around with and I make decisions regarding that. And another big impact has been the ability to really get up faster when I'm down and suffer a lot less. I think that might have been the biggest. Maybe I should have started with that because I really, when there is a big situation, when I have a certain way of like looking at things and the reality doesn't meet my expectations, then I suffer a lot less than other people, I think, or at least compared to what I used to suffer.
Yes, and I think you understood how long have you done? You started early with therapy and like coaching and everything because you have done
Oh
like
yeah, very, very early. From when I was in kindergarten, that was like the first time I started. Yeah.
okay, because we are it's a relationship game like what we are doing here, like because we are talking, we are selling to people, we are managing people, so we have to understand the relationship, what is going on, to not overreact many times, to not see our self-interest but the common interest and the interest of the other one. So I think
It's even more yeah, it's even more complicated than that because listen, at the end of the day, every person gets up in the morning in order to advance their own interest.
yes,
So I'm just trying like a good media buyer to optimize my decision making basically and my reactions in order to better advance myself towards my goals. So I mean, I would suggest really anyone would go to therapy, but even before that, you need to know your goals. Lots of people are moving or going to conferences and stuff and they don't know your goals. Did you know your goals when you went to Budapest to that mastermind,
no, even
outside of getting more clients?
yes, even if like I didn't know, like I didn't have a straight line because you work all day, you have things going on, and you leave everything at the end.
Yeah.
On the airplane, I was trying to figure out what are exactly my other goals instead of like getting more
Yeah, there
clients.
are a lot of situations.
So yeah, you're right.
Definitely.
Okay, good. And where people like can get the book, like on Amazon, right? I guess.
Yeah, the book you can get it all links on my Instagram bio and Facebook and YouTube channel. So it's Maor BN, MAORBN, and then everything is on Amazon as well. You can look for Unleash Your Inner Wolf or Maor Benaim, and you're gonna find it.
Okay, great. So people, if someone wants to work with you, like they can find also in your bio on Instagram or on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
YouTube. Okay.
definitely, yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, thank you, Maor. This is thank you for coming. This is the pod. I don't know if you have anything else to say for at the end.
No, I mean, I think that the industry is crazy. I think it goes up, it goes down, and I think that it takes a lot of patience, regardless if you're playing the agency game, the affiliate game, or the brand game. Just need a lot of patience and time in order to make sure that you're, gonna make it in here and look at the long, long term.
Yes, yes.
But thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you. So that's the pod. See you in the next one.